What's up, high levelers? Funnel Doc here. I'm going to be walking you through the new advanced workflow builder. This is right. They dropped the most amazing workflow builder now. Has so much potential, so many options. There's so much you can do with it. It literally has changed everything when it comes to workflows in high level. So, with no further ado, let's jump inside today's video. So to actually activate the advanced workflow builder, you're going to want to be signed in on your sub account level. It's not the agency level, it's a sub account level. You're going to go down to the actual labs here, and then you're going to want to turn on the new advanced builder for workflows. Now, once you turn that on, you'll be able to go to, and when you create a workflow now, if you go from scratch or whatever your normal process is for it, you'll see that at the top left here, you've got a standard builder and an advanced builder. Now, once you go to advanced, you can't go back for this workflow. You can always do more standard workflows if you create a new one, but within the advanced builder, once you started to build out a flow inside the advanced builder, you can't revert back. It's just something to always be aware of. Not that you're going to want to, because the advanced builder is fire. So anyway, once you're ready, you're going to hit the advanced builder, and then you're going to see a switch to this screen. Now, there's a couple things I wanted to go over before I start building on it. We're going to walk around the park here and look at everything. So the first thing here is workflow comments. You're able to actually come in and put comments in the workflow and different notes. And even on the actions notes, you'll see the actions will be listed here, and you can actually go in and comment specifically on actions and notes in the workflow. So this is great when you're working with multiple teams, or maybe you've got a snapshot that you're reselling and you want the client to be able to access it and do everything within it without you having to have like a Google Doc attached to it. So this is a really great feature. The next thing are the sticky notes. So if you're familiar to anything like N8N, you know these are a game changer when it comes to being able to organize your different columns and your different actions and different things you're doing. For instance, like this one might be like an AI agent, if we're doing this or something, I'm just writing random stuff on it. It could be like an AI agent. And then you could have another one. You can see you can use Markdown, all the different stuff in here for bold, italicizing. And then what you can do is you can come in, you can actually drag your different items. You'll see, like if we add a trigger in here real quick, just grab one and put it on here. And then you can see, so now you can actually build your workflow on this sort of like outline. It works really, really good. So if you have different parts of your workflow, like this might be, it could be top of funnel, or something like that. Or this could be the initiation part. This could be after payment. This could be follow up. There's a million different ways, but it really just helps to be able to break up your workflow and be able to organize them. And for others, it works really well for them to be able to come in and be able to see that and be like, oh, okay, so this flow right here is specific to this thing. And you'll see at the top here, you're able to access all the different colors. You're able to delete it, edit it if you want, and also copy it as well. So those are great. I use them a ton. You'll see almost everything we build out in N8N and other giant workflow builders that are just like this is becoming. It really helps to define different areas and actions within the workflows themselves. The next thing we got here are errors. So you're going to see, just like in N8N, when things error now, it's all tracking in here. So if you happen to have a point to where it's all of a sudden you've got a lot of errors and you can't track them, you're going to be able to find them here in the error section. So the next thing we'll be looking at is your stats view. So you'll be able to come in and you'll see that once this pops up, you'll see stats view pops up here, and then your stats will start being tracked on the actual actions and triggers themselves. The next thing we've got here is a workflow switcher. Thank you, Highlevel. Thank you, thank you. Finally, you're able to switch seamlessly between workflows. So the last, I believe, 10 workflows that you've opened, you can come in here now so that I don't even have to do what I did. I opened my demo flow here I'm so natural of having to have multiple tabs open to be able to jump between so many different workflows. Instead, now I can just go like this, and it pops that tab right open while keeping your other workflow accessible. Awesome job, Highlevel. Really awesome job. Now you've got your workflow history. You can now, for the first time ever, really revert back. So I can click on this, and you can see that was without, and I can actually go back and revert and create a workflow from this version or revert it back, as well as at the top, make sure I'm not hiding anything. You've got the undo, forward, and backward action. You've also got the ability to see recent changes here, and then things you can undo and redo. This is really cool. Highlevel is really stepping it up. You've got your basic settings. These are all the same. These haven't really changed for anything too much when it comes to the actual builder itself. And then you've got the ability to add workflow AI. So if you need help building a workflow, if you got questions about it, I love this one. So if you're having errors, if things aren't working right, you can now get help via the AI and then suggested next steps. So right here, if I wanted, let's see what it suggests for my birthday reminder flow here. See what type of things. I love to see what output it gives. The other thing a lot of people don't know is you've got your enrollment steps here. So when someone goes through, you'll be able to see them who's enrolled in it, and then you've got, of course, at the top your execution logs. That as they're going through every step of your workflow, it'll be tracked, and then in the details side, you'll be able to see what exactly happened at that action in step. I love the execution logs. It's one of the things that helped me to diagnose my workflows when I'm having issues so much. So AI has now said, here are some of the steps you can add. Send an email, send an SMS, create a task. So, and then it's got here their little column and follow up. So I wonder if I could tell it now or just be like, send an email, and if it would just do that. So let's just play with it. Send an email. Let's see if it'll just if it knows to add it. I'm curious to see what the it's got point and edit. So I guess you click here. Point and edit's great. If you do vibe coding or everything like that, point and edit is where you can always go and you can highlight a section within the vibe coding app and be able to work specifically on that element or section. So that'd be what it here is you could just point and do like that and work specifically on that. Wow. And so then it's got chat mode. So that's really cool. So you got chat mode that allows you to talk to it as an AI without it doing anything in your workflow. And then you've got the point and edit to be able to go in and actually add. So let's see what happens if I do that. Point and edit, add an email in there, thinking, let's see what it does. Ideally, it should know to add an email there by that. I mean, it wasn't too descriptive, but I'm curious. And it says to send part of email. You'll need to add send. Oh, so it's giving me the actual steps. It's not actually helping me. So the other things you need to be aware of, other than the AI, is you've got the ability to select mode. So if you want to come in here and sort of like select on something or highlight it, I'm on my laptop, so I can't really select as well. Then you've got the ability to fit to screen. As you can see, it'll zoom in or zoom out. And then you've got a format tree. So if if your workflow's all sort of jumbled up, you can click this and it will really lay it out in a nice, easy to recognize form. Something else that's really important is for the first time ever, they got keyboard shortcuts. So if you click here at the top, you'll see all your different shortcuts and you've got multiple different types of shortcuts. So you've got the essential, here's your different ones for editing, here's this different ones for viewing, here's different ones for navigation, and then for all your tools. So I really recommend learning these, committing them to memory. It's going to help you a lot, especially with building in the new workflows. Now, when you're ready to actually start doing some magic, you're going to come right here and you're going to click add trigger or add actions. Now, gone are the days where workflows have to start with an actual trigger. They can start with an action because some of the things you can do with these now is you can actually come in to a trigger through any point. I'm going to show you right now how to do that. So let's say we wanted to have just a basic trigger coming in here. We're going to start in, we're going to go with a form. Now, the other thing you've got too, since there's so many different things, you can now collapse your triggers. So if I wanted to have them all listed out, so if I remove form, you'll see what I mean. You can come in here, collapse them, you can expand them, and then you can click on it and it will then add the trigger or whichever one you want. So we're going to go ahead and go back to trigger. Also, you've got the ability, I believe it's the last 5 triggers here that you've clicked on are stored here, and you can pin triggers or actions. It's the same flow for either side, whether you're on triggers or actions, really doesn't matter. So your favorite ones, the ones you use a lot, because the list is getting so extensive now, you're able to pin for quick action, which I love. So we're going to go to submit form. We're going to pick form is, and we're just going to say it's AI impact assessment. There we go. Impact assessment, opt in. The other thing that's really cool is you can now also do, and you were able to do this last, but you can now add multiple forms as well. So if I wanted to use multiple, you could do this before the update as well. But there you go. I'm going to show it to you. So anyway, you've got the trigger you added in there. We're going to delete this guy. Can you do that? We're going to switch back. Switcher. There we go. I can switch back to that. Boom. Even though I accidentally didn't mean to back out of it. So we go back to this guy here. We've got our form submitted. Now, after that, let's say that one of the questions I have on there is what's your budget? Let's say that they went down less than 10K. I'm going to remove this little sticker at first here while we're building it out. So we're going to use the FL statement next. So we're going to come right here. One of the things I always do is change the actual name of what the condition is. So this would be like, what is their budget? Question. And then I come in and I'd go to contacts, and then I would just put budget here so I could search through the different contact fields, budget, and then what is your current budget for this project is what I'm looking for. It's on that specific. So if I say it is, and then less than 10K, and hit enter. Now I could do multiple branches if I wanted to have each one of these. So that if I was like, oh, if somebody had 10K, if they had, I believe, yeah, 25, they would do more than 50. So I could have a different route, especially for more than 50. That person's like, ooh, this could be a really big lead. Maybe I want to get them on a call or something like that. You could easily do that. Now, let's say I'm going to add that. This is less than 10K. I always recommend to all my students, hey, always copy and paste when you can, or duplicate. So I'll come in here instead of doing that all again. Now it's duplicated. So if I now could say it's 50K plus, and then all I do is change the setting, helps for a lot, adds for speed. Now, that way the other branch too, everything else would automatically go down the none branch. So if it's not less than 10 or 10K or not more than 50, all the three options or two options in the middle, yeah, two options in the middle will automatically deviate down this other branch. So you click right here now. This is really cool the way they do it now. They've got it looks very much like N8N or something like that. I love that you can see the actual context of what each one. So you know this is an and if the current budget is less than 10K, less than 50K, and here's your none branch. Now at these, I come in and then like always, we can always add an action here too. We didn't, where were my current ones? They're not saying it. Still, we'll add a tag. Um, there we go. And like I said, you can always come here too. There's a little drop down now. So if I wanted like contacts, I can go, oh, there's the contact, and I can just add a tag that way or however I want to do it. And then this would be like plus 50, this would be 50K depending on where I want it. So I could say like tag would be plus 50K or something like that. And we could add a new tag in here, 50K, like so. And oh, wrong one. So let me separate that. Now you can also see you can add stuff in here. Is a perfect example how easy it is. You can just delete that action right there, move it down to the right one, and go right across to it. You can also disactivate or deactivate, disable nodes. So it has a little play sort of pause button. And if you click that, you'll see it's now disabled. You can, of course, come in also. And if you click here, you'll see all the different actions. You can open it. You can add notes. You can select all nodes from here down. That's another thing you can really do now is you can sort of grab and section off nodes, and it will create like a grouping around them, which is really cool. So let's go ahead and re-enable it. Oh, yeah, let's re-enable that. I wonder if delete or D does no. But you can click there. I need to find out the hotkey for that. But anyway, so we'll go on to it. But here's the cool thing. So say that I have another tag here. Again, we're just going to copy this because remember, we duplicate whenever possible. I just Control C. It should work. Control V. There we go. So just paste it in there. Oh, it's like sort of grouped them a little. That's interesting. And then I come in here and add that guy. And then I go in and we're going to change this tag to 10K just for another one. We'll change this to 10K. There we go. 10K. But here's the real cool thing. Here's the real cool thing I wanted to show you. Say that, well, we'll go ahead and add like an email. Here's another, oh, emails are really cool. So if you go in and you add an email now, check out what you do in emails. Everything's the same, but You can quick compose, which is using the standard builder in here. You can start from a smart builder, so you can come right here and you can actually use the design editor right in here, or you can use an existing template that you can just click right here or even browse a template library. But that's not all. Check it this. You can now track clicks, add UTM, and add tags to it and conditions, just like in the other email builder. So that is a huge add-on that they've added right here to allow this much flexibility right within the workflow builder, where before you would have to go to the email builder, build it all out, then go back to workflow. Such a pain in the butt. So smart now. So let's see what other stuff that they had. Here, cancel that and add it. Let's see. There was a couple of other things in the other workflow so that I was looking at that were really cool. So we've got the email. You can see the stat views on here. So let's turn off stat view. There we go. You can see there's weight. What else? Oh, yeah. So here's what I wanted to tell you guys as well. We'll go ahead and do that workflow is let's say that I'm good with this. I like it, but I wanted it. Oh, I could do a subject. There we go. Let's say that I wanted to have a guy come in here that they didn't come in through the form submitted, but I had other spots in my actual system that if I added the 10K tag somewhere, I wanted that to be a trigger. Well, now without having to do a workflow, I can come in, I could add a trigger, I can go to tag, boom, contact tag, add the 10K tag that I was looking for, tag added, and we'll say 10K. Oh, there we are, 10K. Now, so that tag, I can just put this right here and it automatically loops there, but just get rid of it. And I can make it now start right there in that workflow. How cool is that? You can actually trigger any action from anywhere into the workflow. So rather than having to start and go through now if somebody got added that tag, they'd automatically go right here. I probably wouldn't put it there because it's add tag, so it's sort of duplicate. But if you come here, I could just add it to the email. And now I've got a way that it's a third party in there. The other thing you could do is you can see right here, you can actually build multiple workflows that aren't even connected. So I've got one trigger over here that's impact, that's a form, and another one's the birthday. And they will work both fine. So you can actually come in here and have two workflows side by side and have them work just the same as if a workflow was. I mean, I think that's really, really cool. So what else do we got? Anything else? And then you could, like I was showing here was like a speed to lead form. This example that I had here was if there's no conditions met, oh, we went in, opportunities look cool. You can now pick through those. I had created a new opportunity, had full contact name added to it. It had it added to my lead for new leads of the sales process, added a tag for them, and then went to outbound calls, set it up so that I had my outbound voice IA agent, added the phone number, boom, got the new workflow. So I'm going to be doing a lot more trainings on this, a lot more in depth, but this is going to give you everything you need to know to get you started so that you can start building workflows. This is really cool too. So if they were all messed up for anything like this and I didn't like it, this is where the formation tree comes into effect. So you can see right there, I can add it on in and it just zaps everything. So really cool. I think that they've done a great job with this. Highlevel has really stepped up their game. I'm honored to be a part of all this with Highlevel. I can't thank you guys enough for allowing me to be one of your spokespeople and help you with this. This has been amazing. Anything else? Let's see here that we wanted to add. If there's any actions, not really it. You'll see again, you've got everything can be collapsible. You've got all your different workflow actions. These are conversation AI actions. You've got your ability to add people in communities. I mean, there's a ton of actions and workflows. I'll let you discover those all on your own. And in other trainings I do, you'll be able to see what they are. But that's everything for the new Advanced AI Builder. Let me know down in the comments if you have any questions. I'd love to help you out. Also, I do have my AI Agency Kickstart training. We're starting next week. week. Every week is themed. Next week is going to be teaching you everything you need to know about outbound calls and in Highlevel's new features. Just to let you know, it's 4 days of coaching. That's right, 4 days of coaching every week at 9 a.m. Pacific. You've got your first day starts on Tuesday. That's going to be AI agency training. We're talking about strategy, implementation, and everything you know about launching and scaling your AI agency. Then we've got high level training day, which is on Wednesday, where we going obviously outbound to voice AI next week, talking about all that. We get AI workflows, all that cool stuff. Then we've got an NA to N day on Thursday, and we'll be diving into NA to N, showing how you can use that for outbound calls, tying everything together, MCPs, all that cool stuff. And then the following day, this is for a limited time, we've got Feature Friday, where I'm going to actually be showing all my coaching students how to use all the new features and AI stuff and everything that's in high level that they've released for the Level Up event, so that they'll be able to know immediately how to implement in their business and what is the best use cases. If you're interested in that, please go to AIAgencyKickstart.com. You can quit anytime. It is month to month, but I'd love to have you guys in there. Again, we're starting that next week on Tuesday. Can't wait to see you in there. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Funnel Doc out. Peace.